Well, hello everyone. This is your coach, Dr. Andrea Dickerson here with EyeOnTheDaycare.com, where we connect childcare business owners with proven management solutions. For today's proven management solution, I want to talk to childcare business owners to describe to you how to add accountability into your program so your leadership team can follow your systems to the T. All right, stay tuned for more. I'll be right back.
Are you ready to start?
Much for standing along with me. I'm so excited because today I'm letting the cat out the bag. No, really, I am showing you guys some behind the scenes systems that we use when I teach my clients how to implement systems, especially when you have a company hierarchy that includes a leadership team. Your leadership team could include your operations director, your executive director, your marketing team, your human resource team. It can also include your mentor or master teachers, your curriculum specialists, etc. So with that being said, there is a formula that you have to use when you're building your childcare empire, when you're building your franchise type model. And here are a few ways that I teach my clients on how to create the system, organize the system, and then execute the system. So today is all about execution. Now, if you haven't been following me long and you haven't done the first 3 steps, I suggest that you become a part of our conference in Atlanta, Georgia, April 12th through the 13th. You can find out more about it by going to www.jumpstartmychildcaresuccess.com. All right, here we go. So just to be sure everybody's following me, I always take my clients through a process. Step 1 is the planning process. Step 2 is the creation process. Step 3 is the launch process. And step 4 is the scale process. So when we follow this type of formula, what it does is it empowers you as the CEO to not feel overwhelmed, to not continuously go to your team as if it's a brainstorming session, because most of the time your team will get frustrated during a brainstorming session. Team members who are active participators with your vision, they're ready to execute. But if you aren't clear on how to formulate the vision in digestible content-based modules, then your team won't be able to execute. And that's a lot of why you're frustrated, because you think your team should be thinking for you. Teams are not to think for you per se. They are to move and do for you. So let's get them moving. How does that sound? That sound like something you're ready to do? Click the link below. Say yes, coach. I look at your comments and I interact with all of them. Plus, y'all, we need to let YouTube know that this lady is the truth. All right, here we go. So once we go through step 1 which is plan. Step 2, which is create. Step 3, which is launch. Step 4, which is scale. Once you have launched your systems and you use it according to the Jumpstart School of Systems model, you are now ready to scale. Scale is where you go into execution mode. This is when you have proven that what you set in place will work for your organization. And we include the following processes: Number one, we include create your systems training using video. Now, the purpose of you using video to create your systems training is for you to have a long-term use of your setup, of your processes and systems that you have in place. The only way that you're going to have long-term use is if you're using video, because people can watch and go. All right. Now, one of the other reasons why is because when you are a child care boss and you got multiple locations, you got this business, that business, people look to you for answers. And because they look to you for answers, you got to be quick on your feet. You got to know what's happening. You got to know how to lead people. And so when you create your systems using video, it's important for you as well, because you can always reference back and say, okay, how was it that I wanted that done and what needed to be edited if there are any changes. Next step, you have to schedule training where appropriate. So when you get ready to shift your business into a model that can be scaled, you cannot continue doing business the way you've always done it. Some of you do business like once you tell a person one time, you think that is it. No, you are wrong. We have a formula that we use, and I train my clients on this formula because without this formula, you are going to think that your organization is operating according to that one training that you gave them, if you gave them training. So let's get that clear. And then you're going to think that they're operating according to that. And honestly, you have to continuously create a model where you're training more than one time a year, or even more than one time a month. All right. And then the next one is place those trainings online. If you intend for your team to be independent users, to be able to be self-directed in those classrooms or in your office or running your center, your training modules have to be online. Just like you're watching me online, you're thousands of states away from me, thousands of miles away from me, but yet you are receiving training from me because my training is now placed in video and it's placed online. Now, some of you got to play a bigger game. You got this process, and that process that's housing all of your different mechanisms that make your organization work. Some of you need your own training site where your videos can be housed and everything can be all in one. And of course, if you need help with that, that's what I specialize in. I'm a very good strategist. And then the last one is finish. Somebody ought to type in below finish. So many people start to put these systems in place, but they never finish. I don't care if it take you 2 months. I want you to finish. Finish seeing your vision in its completed form. Finish seeing your vision able to be scaled and duplicated. Finish seeing your vision through to the end. So many people get started, but they don't become finishers. But I want to tell you today that if you are going to have a model that you can duplicate, that will free you up, that will cause you to receive and relax in your 7, 8, and 9-figure season, then you have to become a finisher. Well, all right, guys, this is your coach, Dr. Andrea Dickerson with IOwnADaycare.com. And I want to encourage you to be sure to connect with me at the 2024 Child Care Conference of the Year, April 12th through the 13th. And you can find out more about it by going on to www.jumpstartmychildcaresuccess.com. Well, as always, and as I always say, if you manage the childcare business that you love, you will love the childcare business that you manage. Bye, you guys.